Hello, my name is Paul Kulik. I'm with the Boiler Room Restaurant, and today we're going to do salt crust baked smart chicken. We're going to go ahead and stuff the cavity with a few things. We make mustard here at the restaurant, but feel free to use any whole grain mustard. Use about a tablespoon. That'll get into the cavity. We'll take one whole lemon and stuff that in. And we're going to do about 3 cloves of garlic. And if there's still room, we're going to do a little bit of thyme and a little bit of oregano. Although, you know, when it comes down to herbs, whatever's in your garden, that's what you should be using. We're going to use a hotel's pan, but you can certainly use a baking dish. The point here is to something that's broad and flat, because when we make the salt crust, we want to have the ability to kind of pile up the salt around it. So that's our next step, is to make our salt crust. Now this seems like a lot of salt, and for those of you that are concerned about your sodium, don't be alarmed. You're not going to be getting that much salt actually into the dish. What will happen is, by combining a little bit of flour and some egg whites, what we're going to create is a crust, a sort of oven. Think of it as like a tiny little brick oven, and that'll trap moisture and trap heat. Now this isn't for having a crisp roasted skin. This is about having a really moist, especially breast meat. So we start with about a box of kosher salt. So that's about 2 pounds of salt. To that we're going to add minced thyme. That's taken off the stem. We're going to add, let's start with 3 handfuls of flour. Make that 4 handfuls of flour. That's a nice, precise measurement, isn't it? Okay. We'll incorporate all of this. Now, if you were just to rub this onto the chicken, you'd have to worry about that salt pulling moisture out of the chicken. And instead, what we're going to do is we're going to use egg whites. Now, this is the whites of about 8 eggs. And we're going to add this in here. We're just using our fingers to kind of knead this into a dough. It's going to be kind of a crumbly dough. That's when you know that you've really gotten the correct amount of hydration in here. So now, we'll just start by caking this on the chicken. Okay, and so really the trick here is just to build that crust ever so delicately. It's going to want to fall on you a little bit. Just kind of keep working at it. Be gentle. Make sure that all sides, you get around all sides. It's pretty important. Okay, so now we've got this crust. As you can see, got it nicely even mounded all across the top. Now very gently, we're going to go ahead and put this into the oven. Again, we're going to go to about a 375-degree oven. Carefully. And we're going to bake this until the internal temperature reaches 170. Okay, so we waited about an hour and a half, and we measured the temperature of the chicken. We show that it's about 170 degrees, and we can pull it out of the oven. So the first thing you're going to notice is that this is hard as a rock, that salt and the egg whites have really created almost like a brick-like or cement-like environment. And that's perfect. That's just what we're looking for, because underneath, we're basically just steaming the chicken. Okay, so it's been 20 minutes, and this is still pretty warm to the touch, although it's not hot. And this is what you do next. You crack this open. If you have a hammer, don't be afraid to use it. So here we have nice, beautiful, steamed open chicken. There it is. We're going to go ahead and reveal it a little bit more. Kind of pull back the salt. And there we go. So, truss is still there. We're going to go ahead and pull the truss off. We're going to serve this today on a little bit of braised kale with some house lardons. You can certainly use whatever green vegetable you like. This is Tuscan kale. As far as sauces go, you can certainly run the gamut there as well. So brown sauces, white sauces, feel free. So here we are, plump, moist, really well steamed smart chicken breast on a bed of kale and house lardons. Thanks again for watching. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye. For this dish, we recommend pairing alongside the accompaniment. White wine probably makes sense here, although certain light red wines will work as well. A white Arbois, white wines from the Northern Rhone, Viognier, dry wines most likely, or light-bodied, medium tannin, medium-bodied red wines.